let's see, exercise-wise, what I'm going to mix things up a little bit. What I'm going to do, normally, you know, I alternate between, you know, my circuit training, lifting weights, and then doing a cardio. And my cardio is usually a long walk, or I try to incorporate some jogging in there. But it's gotten to the point now where it's become a chore to have to go out, and because I think I'm going to be out there an hour and a half, you know, or 15 minutes, whatever. So what I'm going to do, oh, and let me, another part of this, not exercising, I was walking on our bike trail where I normally, you know, walk or jog or whatever, and which is fine. This is what I normally do. It's just a regular bike trail, and the only thing is there's like weeds on either side, and because of the summer, they're really overgrown and they're coming in onto the bike trail, so there's really not that much leeway from the paved bike trail to the weeds. And some kid, you know, on his bike rides past me and tells me, hey, be careful up ahead, there's a rattlesnake. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta deal with a rattlesnake. And the whole time, because the weeds are so close to the bike trail, I mean, and I'm on the road, so it's hard. So rattlesnakes, one thing they're good about rattlesnakes, they will warn you. They got the little rattler. But the problem is I'm on the side of the road, so if I don't hear them, you know, they can strike out at you, because they do warn you. But if I don't hear them for the warning, then I don't know. So anyway, so that got me all flustered, and I ended up still kept, you know, walking, and you know. But then I thought, ugh, I gotta deal with rattlesnakes now. And then I heard a story in the local news where some guy was walking his two daughters to go swimming, and a rattlesnake just bit him. And luckily enough, I guess it barely broke the skin, so it wasn't that bad of a situation, but just the fact that he didn't even know. You know, just all of a sudden, boom, there was no warning or anything. So anyway, so that psychologically, that got me, so it made it harder for me to go, because I don't like working in a gym, like my local gym. I just don't like doing that, I like being outside. So now I'm over it. I went out today. I was fine. But, I mean, still is in the back of my head is, you know, and I've seen snakes. You know, there's a couple of snakes have crossed my path, and they've been fine. They weren't rattlers or anything like that. But, you know, you live in nature. You got to live with snakes. That's, you know, what you have to do, and that's no problem. They're going about their business, doing their thing. And then the other thing probably that got me too was the heat. For a while, that 4th of July weekend was really hot. It was, you know, high 90s, low 100s, and I just, the hotter it is, the harder it is for me to go work out, plain and simple. That's like everyone. It's like I'm unique or anything, but it just makes it harder for me to walk out the door. It's been a lot cooler now, so it's not as bad. So anyway, so that's what happened. So what I'm going to do now, I'm only going to give myself 40 minutes of cardio. So when I walk out my door, I get onto that bike trail, I got 40 minutes, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do. So I'm going to jog it or run it. Because if I want to get my cardio in, since I'm only giving myself 40 minutes, I have to run it. And so today what I did, I went out and that's what I did. I went across the street, and then I just immediately started jogging. And I was able to jog for 35, 36 minutes. And the latter part was a little slow, but I still did it. And walked the rest of the way home, and I was fine. That was a 40-minute workout total. I did it was like 3.2, a little over 3.2 miles. So what I'm going to try to do then every other day is just kind of mix that up and try to run a 5K or 3.1 miles. And run it, not walk. Not do these walks that I've been doing. It's taking too long and everything. And the other thing I'm adding to my workout now, some of you guys are already mentioning it, and this is something I've done in the past, is yoga. And someone mentioned it in their vlog, and I thought, oh, I remember I had these old video tapes. You guys remember old VHS tapes? So I have from the late 90s. These are from the late 90s. This is old Rodney Yee and his yoga tapes. His power yoga is what they call these. For beginners, because that's what I am. And I had two. This one's for stamina and this one's for strength. And it's only 20 minutes. Each one of them are only 20 minutes. And I thought, oh, it's not going to do anything for me. It's silly. I'm telling you what, you guys. This kicked my butt. The next day, this is the power one, the strength one. Oh my gosh, the next day, I was so sore. And I lift weights on a regular basis. I did this thing. It used muscles I had no idea I had. because it's not, I mean, it's not just stretching, but you're trying to stay in certain positions, you know, for a longer period, and you're using your muscles to do that, because that's your only resistance. And man, this yoga, oof, this kicks your butt. So today when I went out and did my 40-minute jog, I got home and I did 20 minutes of this, just to get that stretching and those poses. And but yeah, I really like yoga. I probably need to upgrade. This is from the late 90s, old VHS. Luckily, I still have a VHS recorder. It's a combo VHS and DVD player. So I still have that. So, but I have Netflix, so I may, like, you know, get some of his new stuff and try it out, you know, order it and try it out before I buy something else. But God, I love yoga. I forgot how much I really did like it. But it's something you can't do by itself. You have to incorporate it with cardio and strength training too. But wow, I'm glad I started doing that again. Really, really like it. And man, you don't think it does? Oh, it does. You don't think it does anything, but it does. Let me tell you, it works those muscles, and just makes you feel good all over. So anyway, so those are my excuses and what's been happening and all that stuff. So hopefully I'm going to see a loss next week, and just glad I got through it all. I hope everyone's, you know, doing okay and keeping on, and don't let binges discourage you, or if you get off track, don't let that discourage you. Think of it long term and just get right back on track and keep doing it. And it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, the work you've been putting in, I guarantee you it's going to pay off, even if you do slip up like me. So cool. Okay, I will see you guys next week. Bye.